when we use cuss words when we speak, right? Cussing is a emotional language. It's an emotional vocabulary. It don't even take you to have any intelligence or any thought involved with it when you cursing, when you cuss somebody, when you cursing. Period. Right? Even a child can cuss a person out very thoroughly if they know the word.
So you're a philosopher?
Yes, 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 yes. I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
I want to share this new realization for myself, and it's a new one, and actually it's not. It's something that I've known already, but within the last occurrence in my life, experiences in my own life, journey, it really resonates with me now. And this thing is that one, temper control. Being able to control your temper. And one of the things that I've realized and have recognized as some of the things that's necessary to control one's temper is to your vocabulary. There was a time when I didn't even curse at all. I had totally wiped cursing from my language. And there are a number of reasons why I allowed it to creep back in. I didn't actually see one of the main ones. I began to take away from the significance of it, or take away the potential harm of allowing it to get back into my language. But that's one. The cuss words. Why? Because cussing, when we use cuss words when we speak, right? Cussing is a emotional language. It's an emotional vocabulary. It don't even take you to have any intelligence or any thought involved with it when you cursing, when you cuss somebody, when you cursing. Period. Right? Even a child can cuss a person out very thoroughly if they know the words.
Shut the fuck up, attitude bitch.
All they gotta do is just be aware of the words. They hear them used a few times in a certain kind of way, and guess what? They'll be just as thorough with it as somebody in their 30s and 40s, right? I say cussing is an emotional language, right? It's not the language of a wise or intelligent person. It's not the language of a thoughtful person. It's not the language of a person that's reflective. It's not the language of an individual that's always mindful of his and her actions and words. And for myself, that's what I strive to be. And for myself, that's what I pride myself in, And so at any given time, I find myself acting outside of that, It's an embarrassment for myself, first and foremost, because true enough, everybody's human. True enough, everybody got flaws, but it's different when you know better. You feel me? So that's one of the main things, cursing. The second thing I would say is the things that we tell ourselves, the things that we claim in regards to who we are, the things that we allow, and what goes with that is the things that we allow to offend us. The things that, because here's one thing I want you to understand about what we consider disrespectful or offensive. That's very personal. That has everything to do with my perception, my feelings, my life's journey. You know what I'm saying? Things that I understand and don't understand. But it's very personal. Things that's why if a person say you being disrespectful to me, another person can't say no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a personal thing. All I can say is that it wasn't my intent to disrespect you, and I try not to do that to you because it's not my intent to disrespect you. But the person that's being disrespected also have to understand that this is it has everything to do with one's perception, right? And the main thing, which I want to go into in regards to temper control, but also a thing that I realized even more so today. Again, it's something I've understood. It's something I've even spoke on and taught. But again, it resonates different with me now. You can't change no one. You can't make no one be or do something that they aren't willing, desiring, wanting to do on their own. You ever heard the saying that when a person show you who they are, believe them? Look here, man. When an individual show you with their words and their actions that this is who I am right now, this is where I stand, it's no sense in getting upset with them and trying to get them to be and do something that they are not doing on their own. And that's one of the things that, here's what we need to understand. Is that when you get upset with someone, it's because you want them to do something that they're not doing, or you want them to stop doing something that they're doing, right? So in other words, we're not accepting reality for what it's presenting right now. This is what it is. This is what it is. This is what's going on. And the only thing you can change is the way you deal with that person. The only thing you can change is how you allow certain things to affect you. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of us putting so much energy in trying to make people, places, and things to conform, the most powerful thing we can do is change the way we deal with it. I guarantee you, when we start dealing with life from that position, from that perspective, watch how life or the world or people seem to change around you. It's because you're no longer putting energy into trying to make something be other than what it exists or present itself to be. Because you can't change no one. All you can do is change how you deal with that thing, that person, that place. You can change the way you're seeing it, your perception, your perception, your reception of it. I'm sorry, your perception and perspective of it. I'm sorry. And change how you allow it to affect you. That is the only thing that you actually have the power to do, and that is the most intelligent position for us to take. So many of us have found ourselves in some very costly situations, trying to make something into something that is not. That's something we need to keep in our minds. That's something we need to be mindful of moving forward. Yeah, we're going to slip here and there, but check yourself. Remind yourself, oh, goddamn, I'm doing that again. I'm tripping, doing that again. Do you know road rage is a part of that? Road rage is a perfect example of we wanting those who we are getting upset with to do, drive like, or be something that it isn't. So we upset. People done killed people over road rage. People done wanted to kill people over being in that situation of road rage. I seen on the freeway the other day a dude in a Bentley pulled in front of a diesel and stopped. Jumped out to try to make the dude in the diesel get out. What if that dude in that diesel just kept going and ran over everybody in the car because he was upset? And 9 times out of the dude that got out would have got crushed over too, because he had pulled over. They was on the lane closer to the wall. When we're not dealing with things from a very intellectual position, I tell everybody I love, those I know all the time, that whenever we stop thinking, it costs us, man. Sometimes it costs a little, sometimes it costs a lot. But every time you deal with something from an emotional position, it will cost you something. It can cost you your peace of mind. It can cost you sleep. It can cost you your health. It can cost you your freedom. It can cost you everything you've earned and built up and created. It can cost you. So moving forward, this is what I enjoy on you. This is what I enjoy on myself. And I'm just extending it out to you because who am I? I'm only your brother. I'm a student of life myself. I'm not perfect. You know, all I'm doing is sharing with you in the world my perspective of things. My perspective. You can take it or leave it alone. If you think you can do something with it, you find some value in it, and it can make your life better in some form, way, or fashion, then all praise due to Allah. But I'm just a student of life, trying to get this thing right. Trying to have more happy days than sad ones, trying to experience more good than bad, right? So for me, I'm working on no longer trying to change something and someone into something that they're not. I'm allow that to be what it is while I change the way I deal with it. I change how I allow it to affect me. That's my obligation and duty. I change how I allow it to affect me. A lot of us don't know how to walk away. A lot of us don't want to walk away because of our selfishness, because of our weakness, because of our addiction to sex and needing to be with the person. We have all kind of things that we hold on to that we value about people. And there's nothing wrong with having those things that we value about people, but understanding that sometimes those little ugly pieces about a person, those disharmonizing pieces about a person, have such an impact that all it takes is just that to crush everything that you've been trying to build and that you stand for. I would say keep that in mind, but that's for me. That's where I'm at. Peace and blessings.